Hey Vikings Nation, what's good? It's your boy, the ultimate Vikings hype man, bringing you the latest scoop on our purple and gold, SKOL. Today, we're diving into some massive news surrounding our superstar, Justin Jefferson, and his hamstring situation as we gear up for the 2025 season opener against the Bears. Is J-Jets ready to dominate, or are we looking at a cautious start? Let's unpack this with all the passion of a fourth-quarter comeback at US Bank Stadium. The stage is set. We're just days away from the Vikings kicking off the 2025 season at Soldier Field against the rival Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football. But the buzz around Egan is all about Justin Jefferson's hamstring. After missing 7 games in 2023 with a right hamstring injury, our WR1 is now dealing with a left hamstring strain that kept him out for most of training camp. According to Vikings insider Ben Goesling, this could be a long-term maintenance thing. What does that mean for our explosive offense? Buckle up, because we're about to break it down. So what's the vibe? Are you worried about Jefferson's health? Or do you trust the Vikings' cautious approach? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because we're all in this SKOL chant together. Our story starts back in late July, when Jefferson felt tightness in his left hamstring on just the second day of training camp. Coach Kevin O'Connell called it a very mild strain and shut him down early to avoid any risks. Smart move, right? After all, this is the guy who racked up 103 catches for 1,533 yards and 10 touchdowns in 2024, even with a new QB in Sam Darnold. The Vikings know they can't mess around with their top playmaker. Fast forward to mid-August, and Jefferson was still sidelined, working rehab on a side field while staying locked in with the team. O'Connell praised J-Jets for his energy, saying he's been loudly circulating among players, mentoring young receivers, and even throwing passes during drills. That's the Justin Jefferson effect. His presence alone brings the juice, even if he's not running routes yet. But here's the kicker. With only a week until the opener, will he be at 100%? What do you think? Should the Vikings ease him back or let him go full throttle against Chicago? Hit the comments and let's debate. Let's talk about why this hamstring issue is raising eyebrows. Jefferson's no stranger to this injury. Back in 2023, a right hamstring strain cost him 7 games, and he's admitted to being overly cautious this time around. He told reporters, "I'm so scared for it to happen again." That's real talk from a guy who knows how one wrong move could derail his season. The Vikings staff, some of the best in the league, are managing this with kid gloves. Ben Goesling from the Minnesota Star-Tribune dropped a bombshell on KFX-NFM, saying the team might limit Jefferson's practice reps all season to keep him fresh. He practices hard, doesn't like to miss, Goesling noted, but hamstrings are tricky, especially for a guy whose elite route running puts unique stress on his body. With 96.5 receiving yards per game, the best in NFL history, J-Jets is a Ferrari, and you don't redline a Ferrari without a tune-up. Vikings Nation, are you cool with J-Jets taking fewer practice reps to stay game-ready? Or do you want him out there every snap? Let's hear it. Now, let's get into what makes Jefferson so special, and why this injury stings. The man's route running is a work of art. He says it himself. "The way I move, the way I cut, it's different." Those quick bursts and sharp cuts make him a nightmare for DBs, but they also put extra strain on his hamstrings. In 2024, he was a first-team All-Pro, posting his 5th straight 1,000-yard season despite sharing targets with a stacked defense. But here's the concern. If the Vikings throttle his workload, will we see the same explosive J-Jets? Goesling's report suggests the team might hold him out of practices to manage wear and tear. With a brutal early schedule, including Chicago's tough secondary, any dip in Jefferson's sharpness could hurt. His chemistry with rookie QB J.J. McCarthy is still a work in progress, and missed reps don't help. How confident are you in Jefferson dominating Week 1? Drop a SKOL if you think he's about to light up Soldier Field. Speaking of McCarthy, let's zoom out to the bigger picture. The Vikings' offense is loaded, but injuries and suspensions are testing their depth. Jordan Addison, our WR2, is out for the first 3 games due to an alcohol-related suspension, leaving a gap in the receiving core. Enter Adam Thielen, the veteran we just traded for from Carolina. Thielen's return is a feel-good story, His family was emotional about coming back to Minnesota, but it's also a strategic move to back up Jefferson. Thielen, a fan favorite, brings reliability with 69 catches for 700 yards last season. He'll likely slot in as WR2 until Addison returns, giving McCarthy a trusted target. But let's be real, the offense runs through Jefferson. If his hamstring limits his snaps, Thielen and guys like Jalen Nailor will need to step up big time. Nailor's been nursing a hand injury but could be ready for Week 1. What's your take on Thielen's return? Is he the perfect safety net for J-Jets? Share your thoughts below. Let's rewind to training camp for a second. When Jefferson first tweaked his hamstring, he was candid about it. Just taking precautions, understanding it's the second day of camp, not the 30th. That mindset shows his maturity. After missing time in 2023, he's not about to push it and risk a bigger setback. On August 9th, he joined the Vikings broadcast crew during the preseason game against Houston, saying, "It's coming along. I'm working on strength and mobility." O'Connell echoed that positivity, saying there's zero worry about Jefferson's Week 1 status. By August 18th, J-Jets was back at practice, easing into drills. The plan? A gradual ramp-up to get him game-ready without rushing. That's music to Vikings fans' ears, but the long-term maintenance talk has some of us nervous. Will this linger all season? Are you buying O'Connell's confidence? Or is the maintenance talk giving you pause? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Hamstrings are no joke. They lead the NFL in games missed, and Jefferson's history makes this a red flag. His 2023 injury was a grade 2 strain, needing 8 to 10 weeks to heal. This year's left hamstring strain is milder, a grade 1, typically 1 to 2 weeks. But the Vikings aren't taking chances. They've got the best medical staff in the league, and Jefferson trusts them fully. Goesling's take on KFXN-FM suggests the team might treat this like a chronic issue, managing it week to week. That could mean fewer practice reps, maybe even sitting out some drills during the season. For a guy who's the heartbeat of the offense, that's a tough pill to swallow. But if it keeps him on the field for 17 games, it's worth it, right? Vikings Nation, would you rather see J-Jets limited in practice or going full speed and risking re-injury? Drop your vote below. Let's talk about the impact on J.J. McCarthy. Our rookie QB is stepping into the spotlight, taking over from Sam Darnold, who threw for 4,319 yards and 35 TDs in 2024, thanks in large part to Jefferson. McCarthy needs reps with J-Jets to build that chemistry, but Jefferson's absence in camp delayed that process. O'Connell's not sweating it, saying they've already got a rapport, but every missed rep hurts. McCarthy showed promise in the preseason, leading a smooth drive against Houston before an interception cut it short. With Addison out and Rondale Moore sidelined for the season with a knee injury, McCarthy's leaning on Jefferson, Thielen, and tight end TJ Hawkinson, who's back from a knee injury. The clock's ticking to get everyone in sync before Chicago. How hyped are you for McCarthy's first start? Think he and J-Jets will click right away? Let's hear it. Zooming in on the Bears matchup, this game is massive. It's Monday Night Football, Week 1, in a hostile Soldier Field. Chicago's secondary, led by Jalen Johnson, is no joke. They ranked top 10 in pass defense last year. If Jefferson's not at full speed, those DBs will smell blood. His ability to create separation with those electric cuts is what makes him elite, but any hamstring tightness could dull that edge. The Vikings' game plan hinges on Jefferson stretching the field. In 2024, he had 103 catches despite splitting targets with Addison and Hawkinson. Without Addison for 3 games, J-Jets could see a massive target share. Think 10 to 12 looks per game. But if the team limits his snaps to manage the injury, Thielen and Nailor will need to pick up the slack. Who's your X factor for Week 1? Jefferson, Thielen, or someone else? Drop it in the comments. Let's not forget the silver lining. The Vikings are playing the long game. O'Connell's cautious approach shows they're prioritizing Jefferson's health for the full season, not just Week 1. In 2024, Minnesota went 14-3 despite early QB uncertainty, proving they can adapt. Jefferson's presence, even at 80%, changes the game. He's that good. The trade for Thielen was a masterstroke. He's not just a reliable WR2. He's a leader who knows O'Connell's system inside out. With Naylor and rookie Ty Felton stepping up, the receiver room has depth, even with Moore out and Addison suspended. This team's built to weather early bumps, but Jefferson's health is the key to a deep playoff run. Are you feeling optimistic about our depth? Or is Jefferson's health the make-or-break factor? Let's talk. Now, let's get real about the long-term maintenance angle. Gosling's report has some fans spooked, with ex-posts comparing it to Christian McCaffrey's lingering injuries. One fan wrote, "This is gonna linger all season." But Jefferson's been adamant he's feeling good, saying on August 9th, "Don't worry, Jet's gonna be on that field real soon." That's the fire we love. The data backs him up. A grade 1 strain has a greater than 90% chance of week 1 readiness, with a low re-injury risk if managed right. The Vikings staff is on it, and Jefferson's work ethic, praised by O'Connell and teammates, means he's doing everything to stay game-ready. Still, the maintenance talk means we might see him skip practices here and there. What's your gut telling you? Is Jets ready to roll? Or are we holding our breath? Comment below. Let's paint the scene for week 1. Picture this US Bank Stadium energy, but on the road in Chicago. The crowd's roaring, McCarthy's in the huddle, and Jefferson's lined up wide, staring down a Bears corner. If he's healthy, he's torching that secondary for 150 yards and a TD. Book it. But if the hamstring's still nagging, the Vikings might lean on Aaron Jones and Hockenson to control the game. O'Connell's offense is pass-heavy, averaging 250 passing yards per game in 2024. Jefferson's the centerpiece, but Thielen's return adds a safety valve. The Bears will stack the box to stop Jones, daring McCarthy to throw. If Jets is limited, Thielen could see 8 to 10 targets, and Hockenson's hip/leg recovery looks promising for a big role. Who's catching the game-winning TD in Chicago? Jets, Thielen, or Hockenson? Drop your prediction. Let's talk about the fanbase's pulse. X is buzzing with mixed emotions. Some fans are hyped for Jefferson's return, others nervous about the maintenance vibe. One post said, "Practice? Definitely, hopefully, just can't say." Another compared it to McCaffrey's issues, which is a scary thought. But the optimism from Jefferson and O'Connell is infectious. Jets told reporters his injury isn't as bad as 2023, and he's inching toward full strength. The Vikings' social media is keeping the faith, posting about Jefferson as a 2025 team captain alongside McCarthy and Harrison Smith. That's a sign they expect him to lead, healthy or not. With a 9.5 win total projected by oddsmakers, the pressure's on, but this team's got the talent to exceed expectations. What's the vibe in your watch party? Optimistic or cautious? Let's get that SKOL chant going in the comments. As we wrap this up, let's look at the big picture. The Vikings are a contender, but Jefferson's health is the X factor. His 2024 stats, 103 catches, 1,533 yards, 10 TDs, show he's the engine of this offense. If the team manages his hamstring right, he could break his own records in 2025. But with a tough NFC North and a rookie QB, every snap counts. O'Connell's long-term thinking, limiting practice reps, leaning on Thielen, and building depth shows a team ready for the marathon, not just the sprint. Jefferson's leadership, even off the field, keeps the offense humming. He's been mentoring guys like Ty Felton, who could be a breakout star if given a shot. The Vikings are built to adapt, but we need Jets at his best. What's your bold prediction for Jefferson's 2025 season? 2,000 yards? MVP? Drop it below. All right, Vikings Nation, we're 1 week from kickoff, and the SKOL spirit is alive. Justin Jefferson's hamstring is the talk of the town, but I'm betting on our superstar to shine in Chicago. What do you think? Will Jets be 100%, or are we playing it safe? Smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more Vikings news updates. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's get ready for a wild 2025 season. SKOL Vikings!